how's everybody today? It's Wednesday, it's our block of the week day, sewing bee day, lots of things going on Wednesday. So what is it, hump day they call it, but we're getting over the hump towards the weekend. Not that really makes any difference, does it? But not at the moment. So how are you all? How's everybody? I've got lots of bits to tell you today before we actually get started sewing. Lots of little bits and pieces I need to do. We've got with the raffle finished yesterday. That sold out yesterday, so I'm going to do the raffle, the Man's Best Friend one. And I've got some other little bits to go through. So who's coming online? Who's there first of all?
So we got Sean and we got Marilyn.
Hi guys. Lovely, lovely. Cool.
Wait for everyone else to come on.
Just wait for everyone else to come on. Got people watching?
Yeah. We got Linda as well.
Hi Linda. Hi Marilyn.
And Wendy.
Hi Wendy. Ah, lovely, 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 lovely. Thanks everybody. Right. What am I going to do first? I'm going to talk to you about the newsletter first. So there's a new newsletter going out, and it'll go out later on this afternoon. If you haven't signed up yet, if you can do so by 2 o'clock today. So you go onto our website, there's a little bit on the, I think it's on the front page, it says subscribe to newsletter, and you put your email address in. The reason I'm suggesting you do that is that there is a little bit of an offer going out to newsletter people, okay? And it's included in the newsletter. So if you sign up for the newsletter before 2 o'clock, you'll get it later on this afternoon. Otherwise it won't be until the next run, because Sean's got to collate like 800 email odd addresses and everything. So so if you want to be included in the newsletter, there is a bit of an offer, okay, for newsletter subscribers. So please do sign up if you can before 2, and then you'll get the newsletter and you'll get the offer. What else? Wanted to ask people, did any of you out there, I know some of you did, obviously, because we ran 2 classes. Any of you make the Jean Taylor tree skirt with us last Christmas? Sandra Hatton, I've already had yours, which is brilliant, but I need another completed sample, okay, to take onto a Chanda. Sorry, guys, I'm just going to knock that off. Give me 2 seconds. Sorry about that. Sorry, I've got the shop phone and I forgot to mute it. So whoever that was, I'll give you a call back in a few minutes, okay? Let me do this and I'll call you back. So yeah, if I need another completed sample, please, to send up to a Chanda. You'll obviously get it back. We get it all back from them. But if you did one with us, it has to be the Jean Taylor one. If you did the Jean Taylor tree skirt with us last Christmas, it was the one that had all the lovely segments. Now it's telling me I've got a voicemail. It was one with all the lovely segments in, and we did it in stripes. If you did it and you wouldn't mind us borrowing it, it would save me having to make another one. So if you could maybe just give us a shout afterwards, that would be brilliant. Okay, so that's that. Third thing I'm really excited about, we've just literally like an hour ago had the new Janet Clare into the shop. It's so lovely. I love her fabrics anyway, so I thought I'd show you them. We have got them on the bolt, but we've got a limited stock of the layer cakes and the jelly rolls, and this is her new range. It's called Geometry. Put my teeth back in. Geometry, and it is just delicious. Let me just flick through some of these for you. I think it would be an amazing modern quilt because of all these, you know, it would be brilliant if you're making for a man, you know, something a little bit more masculine, or you're not into florals or anything. I just, oh, look at that. Just yummy. I absolutely love it. These will be going onto the website this afternoon. I'm going to get Alex on them this afternoon. And it's just beautiful. It's all in like, if I turn this and hopefully Drew can get this. It's all sort of navies and this beautiful sort of appley green colour with all these geometrics. So yeah, we have got some of it on the bolt as well. I think we've got about 8 of them on the bolt, but we've only got a limited stock of the layer cake and the jelly roll. So I just love it. I'm hoping somebody leaves me one. You don't all buy it and I get one, because it's yummy. Really, really yummy. So I got all excited that came in, so I thought I'd show you that, guys. So that was the newsletter and Janet Clare and the tree skirt. Time for the raffle. So, who's there? Anybody there? Just want to get all this ready.
So we got Anne, we got Sandra Hatton.
Hi guys.
Catherine, we got Marion.
Lovely.
Kay, Christine, Nikki.
Oh, brilliant.
Who's the people?
Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Thank you for joining us. Let me just grab all this out and then I'm going to put it back into the bag. It's like...
Sandra, how much are they?
The layer cakes and jellos, they're $32.95 for either one. Okay. I didn't get the charm packs in because I always think that if I'm going to buy a charm pack, I mean, sometimes you only want a small amount of fabric, but with a layer cake, if you cut them down across, you've got 4 charm packs. So yeah, they're $32.95. They will be going on the website this afternoon. Okay, I will get Alex on that ASAP. So, raffle time. We have got really, really lovely Moda layer cake. Got one of the little Moda Ruby Star jelly rolls. Got a pack of Smets needles. Some flower head pins. Rotary blade, that's your standards. One of our notebooks. Okay. I've got one of our patterns in there. I've got one of the gradients panels. Got one of the really beautiful blue ones. Okay. Box of moon threads, all the different colours. I won't open it because they're safer for me to post like that. Okay, so you've got 20 moon threads in there and all the colours you'll ever need. I've got a little pack of the brand new Fat Quarters and the Liberty, the Winterbourne, the pink and grey. You might have seen Linda Head's blocks that she's been doing in this for the isolation quilt. It's stunning. It's beautiful to work with as well. Really, really nice. Got a June Taylor Quilt You Go pack as well. Okay. You also get your wadding and a metre of wadding, and you get 5 metres of fabric of your choice. I'm also throwing in a little extra this time. Okay, just because I felt like it, because I was in a good mood. We've got one of our spiral table runner kits. Okay, so you've got the complete kit there with the pattern and one of the 9-degree wedge rulers as well. Okay, which makes this so much easier, but it's also really good for things like Dresden plates and stuff like that. Okay, which actually I'm going to do a tutorial on next week about how to use a 9-degree wedge for Dresden plates. Okay, so that's all going into the raffle. So that was a little extra something. Okay.
Helen asked you to do lessons on felting.
We don't, I'm afraid. No, sorry, lovely. We have had a couple of ladies who come in and do classes within the shop for felting. Needle felting and wet felting. Wet felting, if you're into wet felting, then Pat Johnson, she lives over in Penarth, but I think she's got a Facebook page, but if you Google her, she's like the guru of wet felting. She's amazing. But no, it's not something I've ever got into, so therefore not something we teach, I'm afraid. But no, there are lots of really good people out there. Tiger Lily makes as well. She does a lot of felting. I think she does like the needle felting. You could try her as well. Okay, so ready for this? It's all filled up. Groups, you want to come nice and close? And let's pull the winner of the raffle. Okay, so it was Man's Best Friend, so it was lots of doggy names this time. Let's break my nail as I do normally. I always end up ripping my nail doing this because they are stuck down so well. And let's have a drum roll. Oh, come on. No, don't want to come. Oh, this one's really stuck down well. Come on. There we go. Got it. Okay, and the winner is Irish Setter. So, Irish Setter is Linda Head. Congratulations, Miss Linda Head. That's a £200 prize coming to you, Mrs. For Irish Setter. Cool. There we go. Raffle is... congratulations, Linda. It's all yours, honey. Okay, so I will pop all that down there and get that to you in the next couple of days. Fab. Right, okay, so what are we doing today? I've done all my news, I think.
Marilyn asked how much is that ruler to buy?
The rulers they're on the website. I think they're $17.99. They might be $16.99. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they're definitely on our website, or you can give us a call later. But they're on the website and they are in the haberdashery section, and they're a 9-degree wedge ruler. Okay, so I can't remember for the life of me how much they are. I think 17.99. Can't remember. They're great though because they've got the little non-slip bits underneath on them, so they really don't move when you're cutting. You know, they're real. You can really put some, you know, weight behind them, and they don't move. Okay. Right. Okay. Anybody there? Anybody having a chat before we get started?
Linda says, woohoo, that's fab, thank you very much.
That's all right. You're very welcome, darling. So Irish setter. Oh, my uncle used to have an Irish setter, you know, with a beautiful red, you know, coat, and he used to have it all, you know, it was groomed, almost beautiful, like mane and feathers, feathery bits. It was lush. So today we're going to do a block from. Remember on Monday I was talking about the blockheads, the moda blockheads. And there's lots and lots of free blocks on there. So this isn't my block, and it's not one that you can buy from me, obviously, because it's a free pattern. But I will put the link on our Facebook page later. And I just thought this was quite a nice little block, and it's a slightly different technique as well. It's called Bloom in Love, and the designer is Robin Pickens. And hopefully you can see this. I haven't made one up. I thought we'd actually test this pattern together. I've cut everything out. I've had a good read through of it, but I haven't actually made one up yet because I thought it'd be fun to do together. Okay, so I just thought it was quite pretty. I like the fact that you could make it like hearts, or it could be a flower bloom, or like clover petals, or anything. So yeah, just thought it was quite nice. But like I said, the moda blockheads, find them on Facebook. There's loads and loads of patterns on there. Loads and loads of patterns. So you will need, from your background fabric, you're going to need 16 2-inch squares. Okay. And then you're going to need 4 3.5-inch squares out of your background fabric. Okay. And then you wanted 4 different fabrics, and from each of the fabrics you would need 2 3.5s and 2 4-inches. Okay, let me just put these together. So this is where I was messing around with them earlier, colour combinations. And then out of another one exactly the same, so I've got 2 4s and 2 3.5s, and again out of a fourth one, 2 4s, 2 3.5s, sorry, third one, and then a fourth one, 2 3.5s, 2 4s. Okay, so out of 4 different colours. But again, this is one you can play with. Once you've done one, you can absolutely mix and match. I mean, you can see that he does it. When he did it, we're gonna actually make like the hearts pretty similar. But when he did it, he's mixed and matched them all. So you could do it all scrappy if you wanted to. Okay, I'm trying to keep it to a very clean colour palette. So this is how I'm doing mine. All right. First thing we're going to do, a little bit of drawing. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to need all my 16 2-inch squares. I've just realised I haven't got my pen. 2 seconds, girls. Where's my pen gone? And
David says, have you got the 6x24-inch ruler back in yet?
I think we have, lovely. Give me a call in a minute. I'm pretty sure we've got one in stock. I think it came in the other day. So, but yeah, give me a shout, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to sit and watch me draw for a little bit. Just put my lines right down on the back of the background squares, 1/4-inch line, right the way down the back. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure we had one come in, and I don't think it's gone yet. We had a 24-inch and a 12-inch, but another lady had the 12-inch the other day, so I'm pretty sure we've got one. Just give me a shout after this, love. Give me a ring. And Pip, if you're watching, I'm wondering if that was you on the phone, because you said I'll ring later. I need to give you a call back as well, but you didn't leave your number, so I couldn't ring you back earlier. I was on the phone when you rang, and I could hear it beeping. But the other lady Gaynor I was talking to, we were trying to sort out her quilt. So yeah. Okay. So how is everybody? Everybody okay? Anybody up to anything exciting?
And David says, I just ordered myself a new sewing machine.
Ooh, what you having? Spill. Let us know. Some of you have already joined us, but don't forget we have got our new social page, the Gigglers page, Gigglers of Gecko. A giggle of geckos, sorry, not gigglers, a giggle of geckos page. So if you do want to show us what you're making and, you know, have a little chat, there's all sorts of polls and stuff going on there and all sorts happening, okay? So do go ahead and join that, and then Sian's on it and she's approving people as she goes quite quickly. So there we go. Just quickly on all of those, just drawn my diagonal line. Now I'm checking the pattern as I go because, like I said, this is not my pattern, so I will double check it. So yeah, so we're going to use the 3.5 inch blocks that we made. We cut, sorry, not the 4.
Marilyn asked, did you say the shop was open?
No, shop's not open, lovely. Shop's not open, but you can ring us and you can always pick it up from the shop. We're just trying to put in place click and collect, okay? No, we're not open to the public yet, unfortunately. Wish we could be, but I think there's going to be an announcement, isn't there, on Friday for Wales, so I'm hoping that we'll be able to get through soon. So, but I'm in the shop most days, so, you know, give us a shout. Right, okay, what we're going to do is I'm going to do this towards you, like this. We're going to line these up, a bit like doing a flying geese, but bigger. Okay, we're going to line this up on the edge of all of these, on the left-hand edge, okay? And we're going to stitch down the drawn line, okay? Like that. So we're going to go all like that, a bit like flying, you know, because imagine a flying geese would be like that. You wouldn't have this bit here, would you? But we're going to do this on all of them. So we're going to whip over to the, so I want 8 of these. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 to start with. And I'm going to over to the sewing machine, get these ones done. So there are a couple left on the Bargello as well. And this is my version of the Bargello. You don't have to do it in bright colours, but that's my version of the pattern that we're going to be doing. Okay, so there, I think there's only 2 left on that class. Right, so left hand side, line them up right in that corner, make sure they're going the right way as I just showed you. Ooh, hang on, no, I don't want to do a zigzag, I want to do a straight stitch. There we go. And then I'm just going to stitch down that 1/4 inch line. No, I'm not. That's a lie. I'm going to stitch down the drawn line all the way down. And as per usual, I'm going to chain piece these. So, there we go. That one, down this one, and I'm just stitching on that drawn line. So how is everybody? How's everybody doing? Everybody all right?
Erica's just said I've just booked on the Bargello.
Ah, lovely. Fabulous.
I believe Jenny said I still need to have to finish my Bargello.
Oh, yeah, we need to get that. I think we should do it like Marilyn and Carrie did, Jen. Rather than in one whole piece, we'll do it in 2 panels. Carrie's looked absolutely amazing when she did hers like that, because she had the same problem as you, didn't she? She didn't have enough strips in the right colours to do a continuation. I think that would be the best way to go. And it looked amazing. It really did. It really like framed the design. It was lovely. In fact, Carrie, if you've got a picture of that, if you're there, darling, pop one on the social page so we can see it. And Marilyn, I'm sure Marilyn did it in panels as well. So if you've got a picture, Marilyn, let's have a little look. So, anybody commented about the tree skirt? Has anybody got one? Linda Pinch, Kath Lum, did either of you do one? I've got a feeling Linda Pinch did one in blue. Don't know if you're there.
I haven't seen it. Carolyn asked, where do you post the links on your Facebook page, please? I can't find the crochet basket you showed us yesterday.
Oh, it should have been on the main feed. I'll double check for you. It should have been the post under the cutting instructions for this. I'll double check for you that it's definitely gone on there. Because I remember finding the links. Ooh, did I not do it? I might not have done it. You might have just reminded me. I can't remember. I'm sure I remember doing the cutting instructions and I remember finding the links to put on. I might not have done it. Good reminding. I'll double check whether I did or not. There's a lot going on. Sometimes I forget me on edge. There we go.
Liz asked, are they 4 inch or 3 inch?
These are the 3.5.
Sorry.
These are the 3.5s, and these are the little 2-inch background squares. Okay, but like I said, this is a free pattern. It's on the Moda Blockheads group. There's lots and lots of patterns on there. There's some really amazing ones. You can download and print off or read the whole pattern for free. Okay, it's called Bloom in Love. It's the one by Robin Pickens. Okay.
Sandra said I made one for my friend. I could ask her the tree skirt.
Ah, lovely. Yeah, maybe if nobody else has got one, then I don't want you to go to too much trouble because I've already got yours, love. But yes, if nobody else has got one, then I might have to, darling. I might have to just make another one. I did make one for the class, but I can't remember who bought it. Somebody bought it off me. So, right, okay, we're just going to trim off a little bit of excess here, just like we would normally, like that. Oh, my scissors are feeling not very sharp. Feels like someone's used them for something other than fabric. There we go. So trim off these excess bits, and then what we'll do is repeat this with the other side with the other background squares. Okay, so again, it's one of those blocks that the elements, the units in it, the different bits aren't difficult to do, but when they go together they create a really nice effect. And I just quite liked it. I thought it was quite a nice little block. So set it and roll it back, and I'm going to do that on all 8. Set and roll back, set and roll back. Oh, do you know what? I think I've actually got the directional fabric right as well for a change. It's a miracle for me. I normally ignore directional fabrics. There we go, nearly there. Okay, set and roll back. So what we're going to do with the other 8, I did move that out of the way, is these are going to go the other side. Okay, so just take note of which way the line is going. So this time we're coming this way. Okay, and you should have that little overlap. Just like with the flying geese, you want them to overlap. Okay, so we're going to put that one on the other side of all of these. Okay, here we go. I should have done a bobbin as well to start. So, what's going on with Sewing Bee this week? What was it, Drew? Drew, you promised me you'd remind me. What was it when we watched it last week? I said, remind me. Remember what this is and remind me. What is it, guys, tonight?
Dragons.
It's not dragons. Dragons, rubbish.
I don't even remember.
I said to you, don't let me forget. I'm actually gonna remember this week.
Right.
What was it?
I felt like I put it in my phone.
Can't believe you've forgotten. You're supposed to remind me of all this stuff.
Oh, it's movie week.
Movie week. Who just told you?
No one.
Yeah. He didn't remember, did he? So what have you just told him?
Nikki England's in movie week.
Thanks, Nikki. Ooh, I wonder if it's going to be like Hollywood glamour type thing. Some like really beautiful evening dresses or something. There we go. Let's get these ones on. And Anne, have you told us what machine you're having? Have you seen, Drew?
Oh, yeah, I think it was the Brother 11.
The 1100?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not jealous at all. I will have it. Just need to get some time to sort it. It's been so crazy. So.
Carolyn says the post below the cutting instructions about the 1 p.m. There's a lot of hashtags, links on it. Is it one of those?
No, I don't think so. I'll double check for you, Carolyn, okay? And I'll make sure that they're on there. I'll put them on again today in case I didn't. I can't remember whether I did it or not. But I will put them on again today just in case, okay? Ooh, doesn't want to go in. There we go. So all I'm doing is just sewing on the drawn line this side, okay? Just like we did the other side. You're just turning that line, that square, so the line's going the other way. was going to go that way. So they do, there's some half square triangles coming up next, and they do a slightly different method. So I thought we'd do that method. I mean, it's just triangles rather than the either side. I thought we'd do that method just because it's not one that I normally do, just so that you can see how it goes together. Okay, there we go.
Karen says, thanks, Sarah. It's probably just a senile moment.
Well, it might be on my behalf, love, not yours. I genuinely can't remember whether I did it or not now. I remember finding the links and copying the links, but I can't remember if I did it or not. So it might be my senile moment, not yours, then.
Gina said, my husband will buy me a Brother 1300 Xmas if I make my old Jerome last that long.
Oh, that's an offer. That's an offer. You're just going to have to be really, really kind to your old Genome until Christmas. What's that, another 6 months? I'm sure you can make it last that long, hun. Can't you ask for an early Christmas present? Tell them there's lots of summer sales and you won't have anything at Christmas. Here we go. Just snipping off those excess bits. Like that. And I'm going to iron them out. Like I said, I don't really know what this is going to come out like. I mean, I've got the little picture, but we're going to have a little play together with how we're going to place them. We're going to have a little and decide what looks better. Okay. However, I think I'm going to have to start using a different fabric because I really am on my very last dregs of this fabric now. And I think I've got about 40 blocks. I think I could make about 3. I mean, I know we haven't done 40 blocks, but because I make a lot of them, I've made 2 of. I've got so many blocks there. I think it'd be, well, it would cover two king size beds, not one. So I think I might start doing some blocks in some different colours. Linda was Head, I noticed, said on the social page that she's going to start doing hers in some Christmas fabrics, so she can carry on doing the blocks with us, but start making another quilt because we have got quite a lot now, haven't we? It's quite a lot. So. Right, okie doke. So that's all these little units done. Okay, so I'm just going to pair those back up just so that it'll be easier to light out in a moment. Okay, and now we're going to do the half square triangles. Now I'm going to follow his method, her method. Sorry, I've just seen a picture. Robin. See, I think of Robin being a boy's name, particularly spelt that way, but no, it's a woman. I've got a niece Robin, but she spells it with a Y, so I always think of Robin with an I being a boy's name, but never mind. So she cuts hers in half, okay? She cuts hers in half and then sews them together. So I'm going to do the same thing. It's not my favourite method of making half square triangles because you have got to be a weeny bit more careful that they don't stretch. But we're going to play by the designer's rules. So
Jesus, I'm using my scraps and my scrap bin is nearly empty. I could probably make 2 king size out of my blocks.
Oh wow, that's really good that you've got all your scrap boxes down. That's amazing. I wish I could get my scrap boxes down. It's ridiculous the amount of scraps I've got. You've done some amazing variations though, Gina. I've seen lots of your variations. They're lovely. They're lovely. Okie doke. Right, so I've cut them all in half, and then you want to pair them up differently. So you haven't obviously got the same fabric in each one. So they should all then. Let's do this. So I've got that one with that one. Like I said, I'm just playing with them really. Okay, let's have that one with that one.
Susan asked, when the shop opens, will these classes stop?
No, while we can't do classes because just come back up to me, lovely. Because obviously the social distancing is going to be in for a little while. I would imagine for several months still. We won't be able to do our usual classes. Have 6 people in because that's too many in the shop at any one time. So we will continue with the 1 o'clocks while we can't do classes in the shop. Once everything is actually back to normal, we're hoping to still do 2 of these a week, maybe like on a Tuesday or a Thursday. We'll still continue to do the Facebook Lives. So yeah, you've got a few more months of me yet, I'm afraid. I'm Sarah, obviously. But yeah, it's not feasible for us to do this every single day when the shop is open fully and we've got classes. There's only two of us. There's not enough time in the day, or physically, unless like we can clone ourselves. But we will still do it at least twice a week. You know, if we've got a quiet day and we can quickly do something, absolutely. But we will still keep doing them, but not every day. Okay, hopefully that's all right.
Linda says, know someone who likes scraps.
You know someone who likes scraps? Right, what am I looking for? That one there. So what I'm doing is just seeing what I've got, making sure that they're all opposites. There we go. There's no one's the same there. So yeah, so obviously I've got two and two, but you would get that if you were doing the draw a line and a 1/4 inch either side method. So we're just going to put them, and we're going to stitch down 1/4 inch. So we're going to put them right sides together like this. Hopefully you're getting this, Drew. Right sides together, and we're going to stitch down 1/4 inch. Okay, so like that, and I just pair them up and whip them back over to the machine and stitch these down. There we go. Okay. Make sure that they don't come apart because I've got them all sorted now. Right. Oh, excuse me. There we go. I really do need a rolly chair. I'm going to pop my 1/4 inch foot on for this rather than my normal foot, just because I think when you're sewing on the bias, having that guide to hold it in place does help. Okay. And also another little trick as well, because you're feeding a point through. Oh, excuse me, I've got really itchy nose today. There we go. Hopefully you're driving me potty. Because you've got this little point here, feeding it through. Do you remember sometimes it can get dragged in and eat it up? So I would start a little bit further down. I would start maybe about here, just 2 or 3 stitches. Actually, Drew, can you come in? So I would start maybe about here, okay, just to give it a bit more of a fighting chance for it not to get chewed up. Okay, I think. And go slow to start with, and then you can speed up. That one in. So I got woken up at 7:20 this morning. I had a really bad silly insomnia night, so it was gone 3 o'clock before I even kind of switched off properly, and then got woken up at just before 7:30 this morning by a delivery driver ringing to say he had a pallet load of stuff for me. So it's all the stuff for a Chanda, but yeah, it's very, very early in the morning for a delivery. So we've got a Chanda again next Thursday. We've got 2 shows, a 7 AM and a 10 AM show. We'll do that and that one. So I'm just whipping down each one, okay? But like I said, just go a little bit slow to start with. Make sure they're lined up properly. I think this method is quite good if you are using your scraps, because you don't need quite as big a piece to start with. I'm just always very aware that I'm sewing on the bias and things can move and stretch, which is why I think I prefer the other method, the other method that we normally use for half square triangles. Okay. The other thing in the pattern as well, she actually cuts 3 7/8. I cut 4. I never ever trust my, even though I'm a competent sewer and everything, I never trust my sewing. I would always cut that little bit, tiny bit bigger, and square it up afterwards. There we go. Okay. My bobbin is just about to go. I'm going to have to do a new bobbin. I wasn't very organised today, was I?
Christine says I'm shielding, so it's my only human interaction I have.
Oh, bless you. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying them, honey, and that I'm entertaining you, and Sarah's entertaining you in some way. Yeah, it's we will continue with them. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so itchy today. I'm really mega itchy from the hay fever, and I really need my op, and I can't at the moment. So I'm just going to set that seam, and then we're just going to gently roll that back. Okay, and again, be mega careful because you are on the bias. All right, I'm just going to do that with all of these. Yeah, we will absolutely keep a social media presence, even when we are properly open. But we will continue to do these while social distancing is in place. Okay, it's you know, it's our way of keeping in contact with you guys as well. You know, you're missing seeing us, well, we're missing seeing you guys as well, and for people who can't get to the shop and all as well, we've met lots of new people through this, which is fab, you know, and it's great that we can sort of reach further afield with these. So we will keep them up, and of course they all go onto YouTube as well. There we go. Right, that's those ones all done.
Jen says pollen are high today.
Oh, it really is. I can feel it. It's like, oh, you know, my silly allergies and my silly nose anyway. That one's not. Let me go. Just give that an extra press because that one had rolled back. So squaring up time, I'm afraid. You want to square these up to 3.5. Okay. So let me just move these out of the way so Drew can get this. So we're going to go the quarter of an inch, the 45-degree line right the way down the centre like that. Okay. Make sure that the 3.5 and 3.5 is within the fabric. I'm just going to stand up a second. There we go. Okay. Like that. And it is only a tiny bit. So when I do this and this, you can see it's a widgy bit. But that makes such a difference when you're putting your blocks together. You imagine that on every single block. Suddenly you're out by loads. Okay. So I'm going to do that again for you. So 45-degree line right down the centre. And I know this is repetitive, I am sorry, but some people really struggle. I've made sure that my 3.5 and 3.5 is within the fabric, and trim up the right hand side and across the left. Corner down to the bottom, and then I'm going to go 3.5 and 3.5.
Sandra asked what size were these squares to begin with?
These were 4-inch to begin with. She did cut, she says in her pattern to cut 3 7/8, which would mean that you don't have to square them up, probably. They should come out exactly. But the thing is like, even if you imagine, even if that was exactly 3.5, compared to this one, you've got your dog ears, which you need to get rid of. You know, everything's just, you know, things, because you've sewn on the bias, it is just a little bit stretched. And there really is no, I mean, I starched my fabrics, there really is very little you can do about that. So I would rather, I just think you get a much cleaner finish by just going that tiny bit bigger and squaring up. So these were the 4-inch, I cut 4 inches on those, okay? And I know this is a tedious little step, it really is. I mean, it's not a fun thing to do, squaring up. But for me, it's one of the vital things of quilting, is just making sure everything is square. And it just makes your whole life so much easier. There we go. And that one, nearly there. One more to do. And that way, and then do 3.5 and 3.5. Any questions there, Drew, while I'm doing this?
No, but Andy Griffith says these sessions must be good for your business, especially with all over the country who have seen you on Hochanda.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, we are very fortunate that, you know, there's so many small businesses that are going under because of lockdown, but we are very fortunate that people are stuck in and they like to craft. So, yes, absolutely, these sessions have helped a lot. They've also helped my mental health, frankly, because if I'd been in complete lockdown with nothing to do for 12 weeks, I would have gone absolutely loopy. You know, those of you who know me, who've met me and stuff, would know that I don't deal well with sitting still with nothing to do. I like to be occupied. I like to be busy, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I can be a lazy mare just like everyone else at times. But I do. 12 weeks would have I'd have been climbing the walls. I really would have. So this has been a godsend for me as well. Just because it's and the business, it has helped, absolutely. You know, and a lot of that is down to you guys. You know, the fact you guys have supported us and bought from us and watched us and shared our videos and, you know, all the rest of it. Absolutely down to you guys too. There we go. There we go. Anyone else there having a chat while I'm just finishing off this last one?
Jenny says, I never squared up my blocks before, but now it's remarkable how much difference it makes.
Oh, it really does. Really, really makes a difference. Okay, so made all the little elements of this block. You should have 4 3.5 background fabrics left over, which you're going to use in a moment. Now we can kind of lie it out. Now I'm going to use this little diagram that's on the pattern here and have a play and see what I like. So they've got the half square triangles in the centre like this. So let's start by putting them together. And I thought this might be a nice way for you guys to why have I got all these left over? I think that's an error on the pattern, guys, because she told me she says to cut 2 of everything. I think that might be a misprint on the pattern, actually, because you've got all those left over, second block. So actually you could get away with just, but then I suppose if you want 2 of everything, don't you? Yeah. If you're going to use 4 fabrics, you are going to have those left over. So have a little play with it. So we could do it so that the hearts are all like this. There we go, like that. So that it's very floral, like that. There we go, like that. Okay. And then these little ones would go in the corners, like that, like that. So you get something that is very much quite floral, very blocked, what's the word? Hearts, isn't it? They're like individual hearts. But what about if we play with it? What about if we turn these? Let's turn these like this so that we've got them all different. Let's put that one there, put that one against that one, and then let's put that one against that one. Okay, so you've got those 2 like that and those 2 like that, and then we could do them half and half. So if I mix that one with that one. So this is when you can sort of start to play with it and decide, do I want, you know, them to be solid? Yeah, I'm quite liking that. That might be quite nice. Like that, and then swap those 2 like that, and now I've got like half coloured hearts. Yeah, okay, like that. What else could we do? Well, how else could we play with it? What about if we let's try that one that way. Wonder if we start playing with that centerpiece as well. Okay, so now I've kind of got an arrow bit here, haven't I? You know, have a little play with it. See what you can come up with. You know, I'm not sure I like that. I think I preferred it. I think I actually prefer it. I like it the second way. I like it with the halves, like that. You could do it, hang on, if we do that. So nothing matches. Move that one up like that. No, wrong way. Hang on, I'm trying to do it. There we go, like, no, like that. There we go. So there's the half. And see, now I'm getting all myself all like, oh, there we go. There's the half there. So these are different, but you've still got that heart shape. There we go. That's the heart shape there. And come on, this has got to work. There we go. No, that doesn't work there. Why does that one not work? There we go. That's it. Okay, so that's completely mismatched now, isn't it? Yeah, because you've got a different one each way there as well. So have a little play with it. You know, see what you like, what combinations you feel. You could do other colours so that these are all different in the centre as well as the outside. I think I'm going to stick with that one. I quite like that. So that one would go there like that. So it's like half and half. If I can get this back right now. No, there it is there, like that. I'm going to go with that version. I think I quite like that. So but let me see your versions. Let me see what you've come up with. And again, just with any of the blocks, you'd sew this row together, okay, and then this row and this row and this row, press in alternate ways, you know, and then join them together. Any comments or anything there, Drew? What's happening?
Susanna, what's the name of the block?
The block is called Bloom in Love. There you go, I can show you here. So if you go on to, like I said, it's not something, you know, we won't be selling this because it's a free download. It's on Moda Blockheads. If you go onto Facebook and go to Moda Blockheads and join the group, I think if you Google it, they've actually got all their patterns on a web page as well. And this one's called Bloom in Love by Robin Pickens, and it's Blockheads 3 because they've done this twice before. Once, like last couple of years. This is the third year they've done it, so it's called Blockheads 3 and it's called Bloom in Love. Okay, but it's quite a nice block. I quite like that. I quite like the fact you can really play with the variations as well. I'm going to leave mine like that. I'm going to put it together like that. So any other comments there?
Gina says they look like ice cream cones when you alternate them.
Oh yeah, yeah they do. Yeah, I like that. There you go. And you have one with ice cream cones on as well.
But that's about it.
Okay.
It says it looks great.
Fabulous. Lovely, lovely. Cool. Right. That's it. That's it for today. Sarah's back tomorrow with she's going to make some masks. She's going to show you the two different types of masks that seem to be going round. Face masks. One's like the duckbill one that kind of fits over, and the other one's the pleated type, where you have the little concertina bit on the side and pull it over. So she's going to show you that tomorrow. And then I'm back on Friday and I'm going to be doing some pattern weights, some chicken pattern weights or paper weights. You can use them for either. But I'm also going to show you that you can scale it up and you can make a doorstop as well, which is really, really cute. So, and then Saturday we've got some foundation piece in. Fab. So thank you, everybody. Please do let me know if anybody's got a tree skirt I can borrow. It's got to be the one that we did in the shop, though, if you were on that class. Congratulations to Linda Head for winning the raffle with Irish Setter. Sign up for the newsletter. You've got about another 10 minutes before Sean collates it all. And I'll get all the new Janet Clare onto the website as well. Okay, so thanks for joining me again, guys and girls. I'll be watching Sew and Be later, so we'll talk about that on Friday. And I will see you all on Friday. Take care. Bye.